Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Newton High School, or Kittatinny High School in Newton, New Jersey, as Garden State HS Wrestling presents the match of the week, the big matchup between the Newton Braves and the Kittatinny Cougars. This big Freedom Division matchup in the. And Jack, I'm here on the call with James Clarke. James, exciting matchup. Two teams who literally share a border. Just kind of talk a little bit about them. And, as we're getting ready here for senior night, we came out a little early because we want to show some of these wrestlers who, for Kittatinny, have put in the blood, sweat, and tears for 3 years, and their family. Just kind of what your thoughts on them are.
Well, definitely as far as Kittatinny and Newton goes, these guys definitely know each other very well. They know I don't know any other school that knows each other as well as Kittatinny and Newton does, because if you look over with the head coach over there, Coach Paulette for Newton, who wrestled under John Gill, that's a current head coach still for Kittatinny, and the two of them have gone head-to-head for so many years in the coaching aspect of things, and I expected another great night tonight. It will be more of a sentimental night for, Coach Paulette, but either way, it's always a good matchup when you're facing your former coach.
100%. As we're here, they're announcing the seniors. So we're just going to let them announce, and we'll come back with the lineups. We're starting at 106, which, did you expect anything different in a Gill match?
Not at all.
And we're going to basically have the seniors come out with their parents and their statisticians, and we'll be back with the action right after this.
Kyle Theobald, escorted by Matt Theobald. Liliana Zacho Ramos, escorted by Jason Ramos and JJ Ramos. Dylan Zupke, escorted by Paul and Sharon Zupke and brother Matt. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have another round of applause for our phenomenal seniors and their parents. Thank you, seniors. At this time, will the youth Kittatinny wrestlers please report behind the Kittatinny bench? The youth Kittatinny wrestlers. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to donate to the Brandon.
We're back here, Matt side, James Clarke, Donald J. Brower. I didn't realize they had so many seniors at Kittatinny High School.
That was a good amount of seniors right there, and
quality wrestlers too. A lot of kids, we'll be talking about coming on. But today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsor of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. I'm Donald J. Brower here with James Clarke, as I said. We're at Kittatinny High School in Newton, New Jersey. The Freedom Division battle between the Newton Braves and the Kittatinny Cougars. Kittatinny's going to come out here and warm up. They just finished up with their parents' night. The seniors got to come out and give flowers to the parents, etc. While we're doing that, James, why don't you tell some people about our sponsors?
Of course. So we like to take the time to thank our sponsors for tonight's match, and they are the following: Riviera Maya, Kittatinny Chiropractor.
Riviera Maya.
Okay. Kittatinny Chiropractor. Sesco's, J. Kramer Landscaping and Snow Plowing. Out of Space Self-Storage. LC Service. Sheridan's Restaurant. Newton Auto Body, and Paco's Pizza for providing financial support this season to allow GardenStateHSWrestling.com's broadcast of tonight's match between the Newton Braves and the Kittatinny Cougars. So, do you own a local business? Become a sponsor. So how do you become a sponsor? Do you like everything that you've seen today? Are you looking for a way to advertise your business to customers? We have limited sponsorship opportunities left for the 2023-24 season. You can sponsor one of our live streams or a local team page. Just click on a blank ad logo and fill out the sponsor form. Let GardenStateHSWrestling.com make you the star of the show. Be sure to also follow us on social media. On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided so far this season, including tonight's match, please do us a favor. Just put that little like button down below on this stream that you are seeing tonight. And also be sure to hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best, and I mean the best, wrestling coverage in the state of New Jersey. There's no other way to describe it. It is the best wrestling coverage that we have here, not just in northern New Jersey, but in New Jersey as a whole. So thank you so much for everybody that is involved and really been providing us this year with so much great content and sponsorships this year. So here we go. We are going to be doing a little bit of a quick interview here as the Kittatinny Cougars are getting themselves ready to go and everything. We do have a guest little interview here with Liliana Ramos Zaku?
Zaku Ramos,
Zaku,
yeah.
all right. You know, I'm not the best with pronouncing names or anything like that, so I do apologize
That's
for that.
okay.
But, you know, as you know, we've talked about before too, you know, former state champion from last year for the girls' side, and just talk a little bit about that as far as like Newton as a, you know, a traditional wrestling team as a whole. So just talk a little bit about that and like what it really means to you for the girls' side for wrestling.
I don't know, just becoming a part of Newton was really almost like a blessing. Like at Kittatinny, we didn't get like a lot of attention as girls. There was only 3 of us on the team. Even though I did wrestle for their varsity team, it just wasn't as, I don't know. They paid more attention to the boys. But once I got to Newton, everything, like they recognized me as a great wrestler, and they paid so much attention to me, and they pushed me to my full potential every single day. And just having an actual team with girls is just so special, and I love them. They're like my family. It's amazing.
100%. And like you said, Newton has always had dominant girl wrestlers in years past. And as far as building a team now as a whole with, you know, not just, you know, you as the only girl on the team, now you have a whole bunch of other girls that you can drill with and practice with every day and go to meets with every day like that. So, you know, just talk a little bit about like the camaraderie that you have built, you know, the last couple of years with the Newton girls wrestling team, and like what it really means to you and how you've really helped the girls out.
Yeah, so last year we started with only a few girls on the Newton team. I think we had just enough to make a full team. And it was, even then, we had a great team. Like, we all still worked as hard as we could. But this year, we have way more than just a full team. And one of our girls, Paige DeCaro, she really helped put that team together. And every single day, we're all just working together, learning new things, and we're helping each other out because they're all brand new wrestlers, or most of them, and everyone has come so far already.
100%. You guys definitely have the great coaching staff to do it, and the girls' coaching staff as well. I really think you guys are going to be very successful as we get towards the end of the season and the postseason and everything like that. So congratulations to you. Great talking with you tonight. Good luck to your Newton squad over here as they get to face the rivals of the Kittatinny Cougars. So thank you so much for tuning in.
And your Kittatinny Cougars are led by head coach John Gill.
And as we head over here too, thank you for Liliana for the nice quick interview for the girls' side. Always great to see girl wrestlers in terms of being able to represent the sport of wrestling. So it's great to see girls wrestling really being able to grow as a whole. So now we're getting into the Lehighs here for the Newton Braves and the Kittatinny Cougars.
113 for Newton, Ethan Witzel. And for the Cougars,
sorry about that. I was going for anything. Did any state champions come through here?
No, not really.
Oh, I missed it.
You know, you missed a little bit of it, but you know, that's okay. At least I got that opportunity too.
I don't know if you saw it. She pulled the ultimate heel move when she came out. She had the Kittatinny. That's her dad right there too. Had the Kittatinny shirt on, and because it's a co-op, pulled the shirt off and it had Newton underneath it. Yeah, she NWO'd him.
Yes, I did see that. That was such a savage move there for sure. But you know, two good, great teams here tonight going up again, and that just really shows you how close these two teams really are. I don't know any other teams that are as close as Kittatinny and Newton are.
Yeah, I mean, they're right there. It's obviously the town teams are very close, and they all wrestle together, and you know, I mean, you know everybody here, you know.
100%. These two teams, before Kittatinny even became a high school, a lot of these people have actually gone to them before Kittatinny was open. So
I actually have a funny story I'm going to tell in a little later about Kittatinny we'll get to it later on in heavyweight. About my dad in the 70s when Kittatinny first opened. And a kid he had to wrestle who he said looked like K-Stax Calhoun back before they had a limit. My dad was a big dude too, so we'll have that story a little later.
At 150, for the Braves, Tyler Morden. And for the Cougars, Aiden McLean or Keegan Monahan. 157, for Newton, Timothy McNamara. And for Kittatinny, it will be Reese Smith or Kyle Theobald. 165, for the Braves, Matthew Hibbets. And for Kittatinny will be Ethan Dowling or Mark Quiones.
I've already gotten the word from a couple of coaches on both teams. They're not going to be wrestling their full lineups tonight, so they'll have people, they'll some backups, so you know, some guys you may not be used to be seeing, but this is still going to be a very contestable match. Kittatinny's in the driver's seat here, obviously for the division. If they win the conference outright by virtue of their big win over High Point last week. And Newton, unfortunately, 0-3 in the division, but they're looking to play spoiler. So the other matchup we kind of keep an eye on, obviously tonight, later on, is going to be Jefferson at High Point. So we'll see who finishes where there.
That'll be a quality matchup there between the two teams as well. High Point, you know, definitely have always had such a strong team. So that'll be great to see and see how Jefferson matches up for them for sure.
As we said, we're starting at 106.
John Gill's favorite place to start. And we're heading over to the coin flip. And we'll see who wins there. Again, the Newton Braves are coached by Coach Boulette. And for Kittatinny, the Kittatinny Cougars is Coach John Gill, as they're heading themselves way over to the middle of the mat for the coin flip. And the coin is about to go up in its way. It's going to be Kittatinny's choice. They win the toss. And Kittatinny will take odds to start off the night. And here we are at 106 pounds.
Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Company. It's the official sponsors of GSHSW.com's live wrestling coverage. I'm Donald J. Broward here at Kittatinny High School in Newton with James Clarke. This is the 106 bout. We're getting started right here.
And there we go. The match underway, kicking off the two crosstown rivals, Troy Sharp of Kittatinny. Definitely is one of them, who's also had a really solid season this year at 106 pounds for the Kittatinny Cougars. And we have McConnell from Newton. So really solid matchup right there between the two wrestlers. McConnell from Newton and Sharp from Kittatinny.
We are positioned right next to the stacker. We will get the names in as they can. I'm trying to listen for them as they get announced, but my sausage fingers doesn't really work well, so we'll get them up as soon as we can.
Minute 20 to go in the first period. As Coach Boulette from our left side here says motion, telling his Newton wrestler of McConnell, and Sharp getting in on a takedown, getting some back points out of that too with the half Nelson thrown in. Near the pin right there for Sharp, if he can get it, just needs to readjust just a little bit more. And he should be near any second. He gets the pin. What a way to start off the night as Kittatinny leads 6-0 over the Braves.
Great start to this match.
100%.
And if you want to have a great start to your night, why don't we tell them about our social medias, James?
100%. I'd love to do that. So follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. If you like everything that we have provided this year for as far as our live streams and everything that we do on this channel, please be sure to just drop a little like button down below on this live stream here, and also hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best wrestling coverage in the state of New Jersey. There's no other places that you want to go to than right here at GardenStateHSWrestling.com. And here we are at 113 pounds with that quick pin there from Troy Sharp. We have Whitesell from Newton and Trilling from Kittatinny. Another solid matchup here. 113 pounds as Trilling gets in, gets a quick takedown, leads it 2-0, 30 seconds into the first.
You know what I like too? I'm just looking at some of these young guys coming out here for Kittatinny. That big moment where you have the wrestlers come out with their parents, the senior night, stuff like that. I think this excites them and gets them hyped because they're on that track, they're on that trajectory. These younger guys, they want to show out to this full gym here.
It's always nice to do it when you have a rivalry match like a Newton or a High Point or something like that with a team that you're familiar with, and being able to share that night with your family and friends. And that's just a good way. That's just the best way to really be able to do it. So I'm glad that Kittatinny chooses to do it in the night that they wrestle Newton too. So Trilling leads it now 3-0. Minute 8 to go in the first period. Trilling on the top, trying to ride his opponent of Whitesell. Trying to see if he can run something here. Now he grabs control of that wrist now, looking for a cradle, which is a Sussex County move right there too. If you know High Point, they love their cradles, as do Kittatinny, as do Newton. Anybody in the Warren and Sussex areas definitely practice that all the time. He's going to get 2 back points out of it, and it will make it 5-0. Now Trilling just has to be careful that Whitesell does not get that advantage of him on top. Just has to make sure that he can break that grip, and he does. So he remains on top. He leads it 5-0, 15 seconds in at the end of the first period. Let's see if Trilling could try to do something here. As 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that's the end of one period with Trilling leading 5-0.
Whitesell's deferring. Not really sure if he knew what he was doing because he this weird look. He didn't understand what defer meant with the hands.
And Trilling's going to go underneath to start the second period. We'll see if he can get out of this right away. As now Whitesell is on top. See if he tries to lock up a crossface, trying to see if he can get a cradle of his own. But nothing doing there for him. As Trilling stands, now throws in both legs, is Whitesell.
Gonna get the reverse right out the back.
Yeah, right out the back door, Trilling gets the reversal. Leads it now 7-0. We'll see what he can try and do here. As his control now, lock it up. He has that crossface thrown in there with that elbow. Now let's see if he could lock up a cradle. Let's see if he can try to lock it up. Just needs to make sure that he is still in bounds, or his opponent's still in bounds. He's going to get back points out of that. That should be near a pin right there. And Trilling gets the pin. He puts Kittatinny, extends the lead 12-0 over the Newton Braves. Today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. We are here at Kittatinny High School, covering the Newton Braves versus Kittatinny Cougars, the rivalry night tonight here, with your commentators on the call, Donald J. Brower and James Clarke. We are here at 120 pounds. We have
Nico Martinez.
Murtaugh from Newton, and we have Martinez from Kittatinny. At 120 pounds, Kittatinny leads this one 12-0 as the team score. Now see both wrestlers feeling each other out. Elbow pass there by Martinez. Great job by him. Getting in a front headlock there is Martinez. Now trying to see if he can try to throw Murtagh, but Al does not be able to do that. Now they're going to go out of bounds, says the official. Minute 24 left to go in the first period. They get right back to the center of the mat. As both wrestlers feel each other out. Head taps there for Martinez. Now grabbing some wrist control. See what he can try to do from that. See if he can get a takedown here or something. Now Murtagh is in a front headlock position of his own. Approaching to a minute left to go in the first period. I feel like this one's going to get stopped for a stalemate any second if neither wrestler improves their position, but as I do say that, Martinez backs out of that one. Trying to get a takedown of his own is Murtagh, but blocking it off there is Martinez, and near a takedown for Martinez of his own, but Murtagh doing a nice job grabbing that leg to prevent the takedown from happening. But near a takedown is Martinez. See if he can try to do something with that. Tries to throw in a power half, and he does get the takedown there. He leads it 2-0. Just needs to be careful that he does not slip out from underneath. And see if he can try to get a power half of his own. See, now he had a one swipe count there, that's all. Now Martinez seeing what he can do from the top position. Just needs to be careful, and Murtagh near a reversal. We'll see if he can get it right at the end of the first, and he's gonna get it right at the end of the first period, right at the buzzer. Impressive there by Murtagh not to give up at the end of that first period. Now we're all tied up at 2. Martinez looks over to his coaches. He's indicating either he was gonna defer or go bottom. He defers, and Murtagh is going to go underneath the start, which is a good position for him as you're tied up at 2. It's great to see if you can be able to score some points from the bottom position. Martinez gets set. Doing the switch there is Murtagh. See if he can get another reversal there, because Martinez hasn't really been able to ride Murtagh from top. So we'll see if Murtagh near a reversal, but throwing in that power half is Martinez. Gonna get some back points coming out of this one here is Martinez. See if he can try. He'll get at least 3 back points there, and he will. Makes it 5-2 now. Martinez leads this one. Got a minute 26 to go in the second period. See if he can try to do some of that, grabbing those wrists. Now he throws in the power half again, but now he's in a cradle position, but just needs to be careful he doesn't slip out of it of his own. And Murtagh near a reversal of his own, he does, and cuts the deficit to 1, 5-4 as he trails this one right now. Minute to go in the second period. As he throws in a crossface of his own is Murtagh. See if he could do something with it, but lost control of that. See if he can do something from underneath that. Now he tries to throw it in. They're going to go out of bounds. 41 seconds left to go in the second period. One of those matchups right there where you score points, they score points. Looks like it's definitely going to be a high-scoring match for sure, as it's 5-4 right now. Martinez leads this one by 1 point. We're going to get a caution there for Murtagh, I believe, or Martinez. I think they were indicating that he moved a little too soon. So Martinez tries to get a switch there, but nothing doing there. Has that arm trapped as Murtagh. 30 seconds left to go in the second period. As we have now another cross, something with those legs is locked up there. Now he has control of that wrist. See if he can try to get him back for some backs. And now trying to get backs of his own was Murtagh, but into the third period. Now it's Martinez's turn to go to work and see what he can do, as he has control of those wrists, making sure what he can try to run from that. Tries to do a power half there. but nothing doing there. Just needs to watch out that he doesn't get reversed of his own, as he's already given up 2 reversals in this bout right here alone. Murtaugh with a switch of his own, and has it 7-6 right here for Martinez. Leads it again only by 1 point. This is a point here where it's all been mat wrestling, but as you know, we approach to under a minute, you would think that maybe we try to get another takedown, but Murtaugh has other ideas to see if he could try to get some back points out of it, but running out of time, he's gonna have to cut him at this point and try to get a takedown here to tie it all up, but we'll see what he tries to do, because we are running out of time. We have 40 seconds left to go in the 3rd period. Running out of time here, so he looks over to his coaches. He's gonna let him up, just like we thought he would. 30 seconds left in the 3rd. He needs to let him up all the way, but not gonna be able to do that. And I don't even think he even gave him he did give him the escape point. Okay, so it is 10-6. It didn't look like he was gonna get the escape at first, and instead would be just a reversal, but Murtaugh trying to come in from the back door of his own, makes it now 10-8. And this has been some fun mat wrestling from both of these wrestlers seeing. But Martinez comes out as the victor of this bout, and he wins this one 10-8, extends the Kittatinny Cougars lead to 15. Follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here throughout this season so far, please do us a favor. Just drop that little like button down below of this stream. And be sure to also subscribe to the YouTube channel for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. And we are here at Kittatinny High School covering the Kittatinny Cougars versus the Newton Braves with your commentators on the call, Donald J. Brower and James Clarke. And we are getting a forfeit here. It will be a forfeit at 126 pounds, and now makes it 20. So 2 forfeits right there. So this will be 138 pounds here. Should be 138 pounds after those 2 forfeit wins for Kittatinny. Now Kittatinny leads it 27-0, and we're here at 138 pounds as the match does get set up here. It is Bucci from Newton and Garcia from Kittatinny.
Should be a good matchup here. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Apparently somebody unplugged the Wi-Fi for a second there during the last match. We had to go to an alternate setup, but somebody accidentally unplugged it while they were trying to plug something else for the scoreboard, and so
definitely not the first time that's happened to us, for sure, and probably not going to be the last either.
They should hardwire that somehow.
Remember that happened to us at the MCTs one year.
Yep. Well, that was because they ran and just pulled the plug on everything.
Yeah. It was right at the conclusion of everything as well.
If I remember correctly, were we not doing a in memoriam for someone? I'm pretty sure
we were doing something. I was doing the interviews, and I know Ryan Sudol was on the call with you for that one. It was something like that, I remember. So
we were doing it in memoriam, and all of a sudden, offline.
So, but good times though.
Oh yeah, thrilled.
Anyway, we have a 2-0 lead here for Bucci from Newton. 40 seconds left to go in the first. See if we can try and looked like I thought he was going to try to check him back there a little bit. Was Bucci now? Bucci coming up with trying to see if he can lock up a cradle here. Again, that's a Sussex County favorite, as we see it all the time from High Point, Kittatinny, Newton. If you're from Sussex County, you know how to do cradles.
Oh yeah.
And he locks up the cradle of his own. Should be near the pin right here any second. 10 seconds to go in the first.
If we can hold out.
Unless he has the golden elbow right there that's preventing himself from getting pinned. Not going to get it there.
I think what Bucci wanted to do there was, instead of sitting on his hip, if he kind of almost sprawled out and brought his weight down, it would have put more pressure on. But limited time, you had to, kind of get the legs out and kind of get off the weight. So
100%, or even put that knee to the side right there. That would have made it very hard for him to get out. But either way, it's 5-0 Bucci. We go neutral here to start the second period. Now Garcia trying to get took a half shot attempt there, but wasn't successful in doing it. So we'll see what Bucci does here for Newton. And now Bucci with a a headlock there.
Headlock throw. I mean, wow.
Yeah, that was a beautiful one. I don't think you don't see that many that are that beautiful as that one. And now we have 1:20 left to go in the second period. Bucci, if he just puts a little bit more pressure onto that left shoulder.
I think we're
right
seconds
there.
away. I think it's. However, Garcia's got the hips turned, so he's not letting him get the torque he wants on that. But I think obviously Bucci's just going to sit in there, and he's got nowhere to go for the next minute.
No, definitely not. So he could just hang out here as long as he wants to, as he has a minute left to go in the second. Already in major decision territory right now if he doesn't stick him, but he's definitely looking more.
You know what's
to
interesting
stick him.
here? I'm surprised he doesn't take that right leg there and then kick back and try to pull him towards him.
He could definitely.
You don't,
do that.
especially now that he turns a little bit.
I think he hurt you because I think that's exactly what he wants to do now.
He gets a pin.
Newton's on the board as they trail this one 27-6. So be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here on the YouTube page, please be sure to hit that little like button down below on this stream, and be sure to hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best wrestling coverage, and I mean the best in the state of New Jersey for sure. And we are here at 144 pounds. So we get the names in momentarily. We have them. We're thankful to have the SAC girls right by us too to give us the scoop. So we have Catalano from Newton, and we have Cover from Kittatinny. Catalano in on a takedown of his own, leads it 2-0. He's going to cut Cover, make it 2-1. And Catalano really quick to go to work here, as he's definitely been the aggressor with already 2 takedowns and giving up 2 escapes, make it 4-2. Going to get in again on a takedown of his own. As he goes ahead, spins behind, gets another takedown, third one of this first period, 6-3. And we're going to get stoppage there. I believe it's going to be blood time. He's indicating that he has blood. So, do you own a local business? Become a sponsor. So, sponsorship opportunities available for team pages and live stream coverage. So, do you like what you see today? Are you looking for a new way to advertise your business? We have limited sponsorship opportunities left for the 2023-24 season. You can sponsor one of our live streams or a local team page. Just click on a blank ad logo and fill out the sponsor form. Let GardenStateHSWrestling.com make you the star of the show. We also would like to take the time to thank our main sponsor for the live stream today, and it is Kristen Joelle. Well, all right.
There you go. You can read.
Not bad. Family Cairo for providing financial support to bring you tonight's action between the Newton Braves and the Kittatinny Cougars.
Yeah, I mean, if you want a sponsorship, give us a call.
Not us.
I'm trying to help you out here. It's
Not us. So we also like to take the time the following sponsors for providing coverage for tonight's match, and they are the following.
Takedown for Catalano, escape Cover. It's going to be another takedown. We'd like to thank the following sponsors for their support this evening. You may continue now, James.
Okay, thank you so much. And they are the following: Riviera Maya.
Maya. Write it down. They're a sponsor. I understand it's hard.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Kittatinny Cairo, Cesco's, J. Kramer Landscaping and Snow Plowing, Out of Space Self Storage, LC Service, Sheridan's Restaurant, Newton Auto Body, and Paco's Pizza for providing financial support this season to allow GardenStateHSWrestling.com's broadcast of tonight's match. We have a 10-4 lead here for Catalano.
I apologize for the marbles that are in James's mouth. Apparently, reading is not fundamental for him. He did go to Hackettstown High School.
Hey, it happens. What are you going to do? And it looks like looks like we're going to get some more blood time. So let's go ahead and talk about our social media. So be sure to follow us on social media. On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here, not just tonight, but for any other night and everything that we've done this season, just hit that little like button down below and hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs, your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best, and I mean the best, wrestling coverage in the state of New Jersey. There's no other ones like us.
We are the premier high school wrestling coverage company in the state. I'll put that against anyone. Why listen to the goof? We deliver the proof. Don't work with the rest. Deal with the best. GardenStateHSWrestling.com. When I tell you we are getting calls left and right about doing stuff this upcoming few weeks, it is phenomenal, the coverage we have. Tomorrow night, we're going to be in Pompton Lakes. There's the big Hawthorne versus Pompton Lake match up there. Then we're going to be in Sparta, weather permitting, to watch these Cougars take on the Sparta Spartans on Friday. Like I said, weather permitting. You're calling for snow. We'll see. And then Saturday is the big one. We're heading up to West Mill for Passaic County Tournament Finals. We'll be up there doing everything we need to do. James will be hanging out with the New Jersey Devils while I'm on the call with Shane Dunn. Cover with the escape.
Go Devils.
I'm rooting for the Rangers. They're not even playing in the game.
They play the Dallas Stars that night.
No, I don't care.
That'll be an interesting matchup.
One sport
there.
I don't watch is hockey. Too cold.
Well, I'm actually doing it. I've told Lindsay, if you watch football and wrestling with me, I'll watch hockey with you. So we made that agreement when we first started going out. So 10-5 lead here for Cover. Oh, no, excuse me, Catalano.
Messing up the names and messing up the scores. It's going well for your future, James.
Well, I know 10-5.
Remind me to shake your hand when we get outside.
Sounds good. Can't wait to see what that conversation will be like. Catalano leads this takedown. He gets his takedown. He leads it 12-5.
It'll be fun for me, and I don't know how much fun for you.
We'll soon find out. Getting a grand B is Cover, but not successful with getting out from that. See what they can do here. 50 seconds left to go in the second. Catalano leads it 12-5, trying to work for some more as he is going to bring him right back down to the mat. See if he can run something from that. Now he's got a crossface thrown in there. And Cover says, nope, not letting that one happen. Now in a front headlock position is Catalano and Cover, and out of bounds is the official, but he's going to give Cover the escape, and they're going to go right back on their feet. It is now 12-6 Catalano. Leads this one, 18 seconds left to go in the second period. And now both wrestlers feeling each other out. Again, looking for the elbow pass there was Cover. And we're closing out the second period, and gets a shot in, but too little too late there, as we have a 12-6 lead right now for Catalano. It's going to be Catalano's choice. It looks like he's going to go bottom to start.
Yeah, he's taking defense.
And we'll see what Cover can do from top. We haven't really seen him do much from top yet, but we'll see what he can do. And warn there for caution is Catalano. And now both wrestlers stand. Cover's going to cut him, make it 13-6. And now as both wrestlers hand fighting there, a little bit of head taps, and now leaning on the head are both wrestlers. Now trying to get into a Russian arm drag there was Cover, but not enough pressure on that arm, and they kind of break apart there. They feel each other out, a little bit of hand fighting, head taps as well. And now leaning on the head there is Catalano. And going underneath that is Cover. Now trying to do that elbow pass there was Catalano. Sweeps from behind, gets a takedown, makes it 15-6. He's going to cut Cover yet again. Makes it 15-7, so Catalano already in major decision territory.
You almost wonder if he doesn't have enough time for a tech here.
No, I don't think he will, but I think at this point, I think he wants bonus points at this point, and that could be the difference maker. You never know. 27-6 right now, the Cougars lead, but could very well be 27-10 at the end of this bout here.
The only problem you got to worry about when you look at these teams, Kittatinny is so top-heavy up top.
100%.
I mean, they got some really good, as we could tell by, you know, we'll see if they come out, but you're talking about how many straight finalists in the at the 100 to Warren Sussex?
We're talking Dowling for one.
You had Dowling,
Smith,
Coesfeld, Smith. You had
Lockburner was
Lockburner
one.
at 215. So I mean, their upper weights are very strong.
They had a nice, impressive showing at the HWS tournament on Saturday.
Finished fourth, I think, overall in the standings.
Yeah, they really impressed. I think they opened up a lot of eyes to a lot of people as they were just behind Del Val, who they just lost to earlier in the year. Now Catalano wins this one 17-7, and that will give Newton the trailing here by 17, 27-10. So be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here this year, please do us a favor. Just drop a little like button down below there. Hit that little like button down below. And be sure to hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We are here at Kittatinny High School covering the Kittatinny Cougars versus the Newton Braves, a rivalry match night tonight, with your commentators on the call, Donald J. Brower and James Clarke. We are here at 150 pounds. We're already midway through the evening, as we have Morgan from Newton and Monahan from Kittatinny. And Morgan already on a shot near the takedown, as long as he can finish. And there he is, finishes this one, and he leads this one 2-0. Let's see if he can try to work a switch there. Monahan wanted that switch and gets out. I think Morgan definitely felt that one and did not want to get reversed there, so he gave up one, not two. It's at 2-1 now for Morgan. And now getting in on a shot of his own, but just not in that great of position there. He has the head in the center. He needs to try to get that head to the outside if he wants to get more of that pressure in finishing that takedown. Now he'll see if he can try to spin behind. Now working on a single.
Good defense there by Monahan, but I think he scrambling well, but I think he's gonna give up the two right here.
And that's definitely something about Kittatinny wrestling, is that they're always defensive wrestlers. They don't make a lot of big-time mistakes to put themselves in jeopardy. So they've always been such a really traditional defensive wrestling team. And ooh-wee. That was definitely very close there for anything that could have happened in that predicament, but Morgan leads it still 4-1, under 10 seconds to go in the first period. As he tries to spin from behind. And we have a 4-1 lead here for Morgan of Newton. Leads this one. He's gonna look over to his coaches, and he's going bottom right away to start the second period. As both wrestlers get themselves set. And match again going underway. Now we have control of that arm is Monahan. Now trying to work a switch is Morgan, but nothing doing there. Tries to break down the ankle there is Monahan. Just has to be careful he doesn't get caught of his own, but now wrestling from the belly right there is Morgan. Needs to try to work up to his base, and now working a cross face is Monahan. Let's see if he tried to lock up a cradle here, as he trails this one 4-1. But not in a really good position right there. He'll have to hop to the other side if he wants to try to lock that one up. Trying to get a switch there was Morgan, but needs to be careful of himself. Tries to see if he can turn him to the mat. He does return him to the mat there, and Morgan not successful with being able to get a switch or a reversal there, or just getting any points as a whole. Got a minute left to go in the second period, with Morgan from Newton leading this one 4-1. Now we'll see if we can try lock up another cradle here, but I think Moynihan has other ideas in trying to get that twister in.
He's working hard to try to get in, but I think maybe
it's going to get stopped for blood time.
Well, you got some time. Why don't you check out our social media?
So follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. If you like everything that we have provided here, not only just for tonight, but everything else that we've covered so far this season, please do us a favor, hit that little like button down below, and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube page for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best wrestling coverage in the state of New Jersey. So, do you like what you see today? Are you looking for a way to advertise your business to customers? We have limited sponsorship opportunities left for the 2023-24 season. You can sponsor one of our live streams or a local team page. Just click on a blank ad logo and fill out the sponsor form. Let GardenStateHSWrestling.com make you the star of the show. And we are back over to the mat here with cleaning up some blood there on the mat is the athletic trainer.
Moradun's been pretty much in control of this since the beginning. I mean, it's only 4-1, but he's kind of looking at it from afar, dominated so far.
I mean, especially from on their feet, they've really been, he's really got in with 2 takedowns. And Monahan's been, holding his own at least, riding from top. But we'll see after the stoppage right here, we'll see if that was the big difference maker in this bout as he trails this one 4-1. Morden leads this one from Newton. And now both wrestlers get themselves set after the cleanup there of blood. Now we'll see if he can try to lift him back down again. And another switch there is Morden as he got returned to the mat, and he gets a nice reversal of his own, makes it 6-1 now. And that blood time there, that was a big difference maker. That ruined that whole momentum of Monahan, riding from top. But Monahan has other ideas. He's going to get near the escape right here as they have separation. He'll get the escape, makes it 6-2 now. 5 seconds left to go in the second period. Morden leads this one 6-2. And we're going to go into the third period, a big third period between these two wrestlers. And we'll see where Monahan is going to go. His coach, he's looking over to his coach. I think his coach.
He's going to go down.
Yeah, his coach was indicating to go bottom here to start the third period. 2 minutes on the clock. Now he puts his heads on top of his. Now we're getting some more blood time, it looks like.
Let's see if we can get you some updated scores of some matchups coming around. Big day in the NJAT, in Northwest Jersey Athletic Conference today. Lots of matchups that are going to decide divisions and stuff like that. And I mean, we're here with one. Obviously, Kittatinny looking for their first since 2017. They won part of one during the COVID year. I don't count that. I mean, not to be crazy or anything. Like, come on.
I mean, it's tough to account for the COVID season. You start in March and then your season ends in April. You only got like less than a month really of dual meets. But as the blood gets cleaned up here, today's broadcast is presented by Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Apex Wrestling School, and the Harrington Companies, the official sponsors of GardenStateHSWrestling.com's live wrestling coverage. We are here at Kittatinny High School covering the Newton Braves versus the Kittatinny Cougars with your commentators on the call, Donald J. Brower and James Clarke. We are here at the 150 pounds bout here, third period. Morden leads this one 6-2 for Newton.
Put some respect on that, Jay.
I do. At least I have been since you told me to. So Monahan trying to see if he can score from here too. He chose bottom to start the third period. We'll see if he can try to spin around, but it's going to get stopped for a stalemate there, as both wrestlers will go right back to the center of the mat, try to get themselves set up and ready to go.
You know what I like about this too, this referee? He's not trying to call stalling or anything like that. He's getting a restart. He's doing it. He's good to go. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you do that, it changes the outcome of the match. He's letting him wrestle.
100%. And I think as an official, I think anybody can agree. Just want the kids to wrestle their best out. And
Moradon's looking like he's trying to do his best here. He's going to get the back points. Going to get the reversal at least.
reversal.
He's going to get that.
Makes it 9-2 now. I know.
Not a reversal, excuse me. He got the tilt. I thought he started on the bottom, and then I realized, no, wait a minute, he was on top for this, so he just got the tilt.
It's okay.
So I was wondering what the score was.
It's okay, Don. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Yeah, you more than anybody. Riviera. It's Riviera.
All right, so here we go. 35 seconds left to go in the third period. Coach just telling him, just cut him. Go back on your feet. Try to get the major.
You might be able to get a little close to the edge there. Could have had a takedown.
Can go into the center of the mat. 26 seconds to go. Morden getting in. See if he can try to finish that one there as both wrestlers in a scramble position. Monahan trying to not give up.
Monahan's only job here is not give up 2 points, and I think he just did.
Yep, so that makes it now 11-3, major decision territory. Newton is going to put 4 points on the board for them as they now trail this one 27-14. Be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. If you like everything that we have provided here through the YouTube page this year, please do us a favor. Hit that little like button down below of this stream and hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best wrestling coverage in the state of New Jersey. We also like to take the time to thank our main sponsor for today's matchup, and it is Kristen Soel, Family Cairo, for providing financial support to bring you tonight's action. We also like to take the time to get back to the match. As we have 157 pounds, we're already more than midway through.
McNamara versus Theobald.
Should be another great matchup here.
Theobald looks like he's going to get the takedown. A good job there. Trying to run a half.
Makes it 2-0 here for
I just got a bunch of messages on the chat. They said you talk too much, so they need me to jump back in and save the program. So that's what I'm doing.
Oh, wow.
Weirdest one was, there was one, and I don't know if you know her. Do you know what Kathy Clarke? Because, I mean, she was like, oh, shut that guy up.
Yeah, well, she's responsible for bringing me here today, so 25 years ago. I don't know, I just got a text message from my brother saying I've gotten really good as a color commentator.
Well, when you start at the bottom, you can only go so far.
I'm okay with being a color guy, though. It's where I excel.
Another takedown by Theobald.
He's at 4-1 now. See if he could try to do something here. Leads at 4-1 now, trying to get a crossface there. Seeing if he could try to maybe lock up for a cradle there. Oh, but instead,
McNamara's got him in a bad position here.
Yeah, I think, Theobald definitely was in a bad position there, but he's very fortunate. He was very fortunate not to give up a reversal or back points of his own right there, but needs to be careful there and try to readjust himself a little bit so that way he doesn't get to that point. But it's now going to be 4-2 now. Under 5 seconds to go in the first period. We get a front headlock position and trying to do a roll of his own, but gonna get the takedown of his own. Leads it. Should be 6-2.
4-4.
4-4 it is, all tied up.
You have to remember, Theobald got the takedown escape, and then McNamara got the takedown at the end. That's hence 4-4.
Good job.
I would say basic math eludes you, but we know that.
So here we go. We're all tied up at 4 here in the second period. McNamara leads this one. He actually ties this one at 4 apiece and is on the bottom. Now locking up a cradle. Now that's where Theobald was looking for. He definitely was looking for a cradle right there. He's going to get it of himself. He'll get at least 3 back points. But
I think he's going to get the 3 back points. I think he's in bad position with it to get the shoulders there. He's got to try to clear around and take himself out from underneath.
And needs to put, if he wants to really get that, stick him right in there in that cradle, needs to put that knee to the side. And
I think he's in better position now. What he's got to do is when he rolls him back, he's got to make sure he's not under his hip.
Oh, he might stick himself in. That's a defensive pin.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
McNamara's excited he got the pin there.
Makes everything interesting now. 27-20, the Cougars lead this one. Be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here for tonight's match, please be sure to hit that little like button down below, and be sure to subscribe to the YouTube page for all of your wrestling needs. We'll get back to the action here.
Mark Jones for the Cougars and for Newton.
We're here at 165 pounds here.
For Newton, Matthew Hibbets.
We have Hibbets from Newton, and I'm going to butcher this name, so Don, you might have to save me with the pronunciation.
Hibbets and Kionis.
Hibbets I knew, and Kionis, that makes sense. Okay, good. So Newton made everything very interesting after that last pin. Makes it now 27-20 now. The Cougars lead this one. Hibbets trying to get in of his own. See if he can try to build off of that momentum after that huge pin there. Gets a takedown. There is Canales. See if he can finish it. Got the takedown of his own. Leads it 2-0 for the Cougars.
That was interesting because Kionis looked like he was almost like, what do I do next? I'm trying to work something here, and the way they do is drive forward to get the points.
100%. And now they'll go out of bounds. 50 seconds left to go in the first period. As both wrestlers will get themselves back to the center of the mat. Looking for the official to clear him, and he does. Gets the head lever to the side there. See if we could try to lock up a Sussex County favorite of a cradle, but nothing doing there. Not even a check back at least. See if we could try to bring him back down to the mat. Just has to be careful he doesn't get caught of his own. And if he would have thrown a half right there, he definitely would have gotten it for sure. Two nothing lead here. 15 seconds left to go in the first period. Just needs to be careful. Try to bring him back down to the mat. A nice mat return there.
Got to see if that last match makes a difference in the final score. I mean, that's a 12-point swing.
100%. I don't think Kittatinny was expecting that one at all, but credit for him for being able to get that pin. Really, realistically, you know, on your back, then you get your opponent on his back. It's crazy how wrestling works. But now they're going to go back to the neutral position. 2-0 lead here for Kionis. I was close.
No, you weren't. You heard me say it. Do you just have no total recall when it comes to names?
Or any words for that matter.
That's true.
Riviera, I remember that one now.
Now you do after butchering it for 5 times. Kionis with the headlock takedown there.
Kionis leads this one now 4-0. See what he can try to do from top. And he'll, oh, nice job with bringing him right back down. Let's see if he could try to work the tilt, but nothing doing there. Now he has that legged hook.
You know what I noticed too, and we've talked about this obviously from this area. A lot of these guys are always trying to work the cradle, and when you see it, you have to know it's coming. And I noticed Newton and Kittatinny are very good at defending the cradle. So it's like you know that they're coming with it, but you know they're defending it really well too. So this is honestly a lot of these kids that are out there. We got to give the credit to the amazing coaching staffs both schools have.
Oh, 100%.
You know, Coach Bolette at Newton's been there almost 20 years. Coach Gill's been there almost 40, if not more. I think he's like 40.
44 years.
44.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 3 when he took this job.
And that was around the time you may be Kittatinny's only wrestling coach.
No, they were there in
Or
the
is
early
there-
70s. I'm going to tell the story. We get a little closer to heavyweight that my father told me when I was a kid about Kittatinny when he wrestled.
I'd love to hear that story, but yeah,
You won't be
definitely.
here. Your source is no longer needed.
I mean, as you said, credit to both teams. And you look over at Newton, I mean, every coach over there has a state medal.
Yeah.
Josh Sibley's his father, Ted. And then you have Coach Andy Eliff, too.
Eliff was the last coach, the last
State
Newton champion. Thank you for interrupting me when I was trying to say that. For the last Newton state champion. So, I mean, quality here.
100%. Great coaching staff. Quinones leads this one, 6-0. I think they're just figuring out the score.
We're getting an update on the score. Apparently, there's an issue whether it was 2 sets of back points.
I think they were saying 8-2, if I'm not mistaken, or 8-0.
I think it's 8 something. It's either 8-2 or 8-0.
I think Coach Gill was saying 8-2. Quinones leads it. So 8-0. Quinones leads this one.
Interesting. Hibbets is going to take top.
I think he wants to try to see what he can do from the top position. See if he can try to bring him back. Now he has control of that leg. Has that leg locked in. Tries to bring him back down to the top of the mat. And gets the escape there, makes it 9-0. See if he could try to do something, but holding on to that leg is Hibbets as he trails it 9-0. But Quinones with the takedown of his own, 11-0. Trying to lock up a cradle of his own there, but nicely defended off his Hibbets, but he has other ideas.
Going to settle down here. If he could sprawl his legs out, put his weight right on that shoulder, he's got nowhere to go. Hibbets is done.
I think he'll have it right there any second.
He's got to get on his toes.
As long as he could just sprawl out those legs just a little bit more to be able to get that pressure. And he gets the pin.
When he readjusted there, he lifted his weight and put it on his shoulder.
Definitely, and he knew the cradle wasn't there, and he readjusted to something else. So 33-20 now, the Cougars leads this one at the moment. We would like to take the time to talk about our social medias. So follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here through the stream tonight, please be sure to hit that little like button down below, and also hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site, GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at, and we are here at 175 pounds now. We have Ethan Dowling from Kittatinny and Hook from Newton. Dowling have other ideas near the quick pin right there. And
Dowling
should get it any second.
Dowling hooked hook. He's got to lift up on the head. He's going to get the pin here.
Should get it any second here.
Has a minute and a half just to sit there. Settle in.
And I think at this point, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think after this pin, that should clinch it, I would think, for Kittatinny. Because if Newton pins out here, Kittatinny would still win by a point. So Kittatinny, after that, clinches the match after that Dowling pin.
That sounds about right.
So here we go. talk about our social media on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here for the YouTube page, please be sure to hit that little like button down below, and be sure to hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. We are here at Kittatinny High School covering the Kittatinny Cougars versus the Newton Braves with your commentators on the call, Donald J. Brower and James Clarke. We are here at 190 pounds. We have, after this one, we have 2 more bouts after this bout here. This is Coesfeld from Kittatinny and Carpathios from Newton.
Once again, I did the math with the pin last period. Doling will clinch it for his team. I was correct. I did the math.
Wait a second.
I didn't hear what you said. I wasn't paying attention. I'm an upper level. You're a mailroom guy.
I did say that I should clinch it, but either way here, Bryce Coesfeld, another solid wrestler for the Cougars here this year in the middleweights, definitely a big part of that.
Coesfeld, one of the seniors, obviously honored. Finished second in the HWS this Saturday, losing to Liam Packer. Right here on the tilt, getting the roll. Gonna sit down and get it.
Should get it.
It's only a matter of time.
He just needs to put a little bit more pressure right there, but he's near the pin.
Nice sit down, drops his head right over his leg go right over his head. It's over.
And that's the pin right there for Bryce Coesfeld of Kittatinny. Be sure to follow us on social media, on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. If you like everything that we have provided here today, please be sure to hit that little like button down below, and be sure to hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. As we head over to, it was 2:15, Tucker Lockburner got a forfeit for Kittatinny, now makes it 51-20.
Aiden Post for the Cougars.
So we have Alex Loudis from Kittatinny and Post from Newton. So this will be the final bout of the night. Loudis, who's been a solid wrestler, been switching back and forth with Tucker Lockburner this year. Lost 16-1 tech fall to Borgia from West Morris in that quad.
That's one of those lucky things. A lot of teams, especially, it's rare for some of these teams to have depth at the upper weights. It's, and speaking of depth, Lockburner's going down on a sub like him. I think he's going to get the quick pick. Gets it.
And that's the end for that one, and Newton wins it. 57-20, the final score.
All right,
Braves.
let me say my point. It's 57-20. I'm going to tell my story because those matches are too quick, and I'm going to make my point. There's not a lot of depth in the upper weights. A lot of time you're pulling it. So for them to be able to maneuver with Lockburner and Loudis, great thing. Now, my father always told a story when I was younger. He goes, my father was a wrestler at Hanover Park in the 70s. And he said when Kittatinny first was open, he goes, I go, what was it like wrestling? He goes, my dad was 300s. There was no cap. He said the guy was so big he looked like Haystacks Calhouns. Look it up. The guy was over 500 pounds. He said the kid came out in overalls, and I said, what'd you do? He said he fell on me, and it was like a table fell on my little sister, who was 5 at the time. He goes, the kid was just so fat, all I felt was fat. So, yeah, Kittatinny's known as, with some of those big farm-fed boys.
I believe it.
Listen, we got to plug it one more time before we go.
So be sure to follow us on social media. On Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on Twitter at GardenStateHSW, and on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling. And if you like everything that we have provided here for tonight's match, please be sure to hit that little like button down below. And be sure to also hit the subscribe button for all of your wrestling needs. Your teams, your counties, your site. GardenStateHSWrestling.com is where it's at. We provide the best wrestling coverage in the state of New Jersey. There's no other way of going around it. So, do you own a local business? Become a sponsor. Do you like what you see today? Are you looking for a way to advertise your business to customers? We have limited sponsorship opportunities left for the 2023-24 season. You can sponsor one of our live streams or a local team page. Just click on a blank ad logo and fill out the sponsor form. Let GardenStateHSWrestling.com make you the star of the show. We also would like to take the time to thank our main live stream sponsor for today's matchup, Kristen Sowell, Family Cairo, for providing financial support to bring you tonight's action between the Newton Braves and Kittatinny Cougars. We also would like to take the time to thank all of our sponsors for today, and they are the following: Riviera.
You mess it up all. I'll take this. I'll handle the sponsors. You might be fine. I'll handle all the sponsors. We'd like to thank the following: Riviera Maya, Kittatinny Cougars, Sesco's, J. Kramer Landscaping and Snow Plowing, Out of Space Self-Storage, LC Service, Sheridan's Restaurant, Newton's Auto Body, and Paco's Pizza for providing financial support this season to allow GardenStateHSWrestling.com's broadcast of today's match. I'm Donald J. Brower coming into the Harrington Company's press room with James Clarke. James, sort of what we expected, a couple surprises in some of the matches, but Kittatinny is your Freedom Division winner in the end, Jack.
100%. I know the score looks a little bit lopsided there with Kittatinny winning this one, 57-20. But, you know, hats off to Newton. They wrestled a tough match tonight. They had a lot of kids in there tonight that really showed a lot of grit against Kittatinny. That just goes to show you how really well and respected that both Coach Follett and Coach Gill have for each other, too, especially with Coach Follett being a former wrestler for Coach Gill.
Yeah, they came out. They did what they needed to do. Kittatinny obviously has bigger goals in mind. They want to go to, down to the groups. It's going to be tough. They're most likely looking at a Del Val rematch. Newton's going to be very competitive in their section. We'll see how that works out. But, I mean, great matchup by these two. And Kittatinny, wins their first individual title. They shared it during COVID. I don't count that. But they win their first individual title since 2017. So, big win here for Kittatinny. Congratulations, Coach Gill. And listen, it's been a long day. We've did our work. We're going to head out of here. But for Amanda on camera, for James Clarke, the word butcherer, I am Donald J. Brower. We'll see you tomorrow night. We're going to be live, Passaic. We're going to be live at Pompton Lakes, Hawthorne Pompton Lakes. And don't forget, Friday night, we're following Kittatinny to Sparta if the match happens due to the weather. And then Saturday, the Passaic County Tournament. We're going to be broadcasting the finals. We'll see you then, fans.